Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back. You might think it's weird because it's a different day and we're wearing the same clothes, but we recorded this on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And I am Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee.
Yes.
We're going to hit you with some bonus content for
Yes.
some UFC 294 preview, breakdown. Yeah, most times we just kind of roll through this, but this is a pretty big card here. We're getting towards the end of the year, so I want to just break them down a little more, spend a little more time on them. And this pay-per-view is in Yas Island. It's in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
So unless you are in the United Arab Emirates, it will be at a different time zone. So
it's going to be at what, noon?
Yeah, it's going to be starting at noon. That is the main card. The prelims will probably be starting, I think, at like 10 Mountain Time, I should say. 10 Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Noon Mountain Time. Yeah, and figure out your coordinating time zones, whatever.
Yeah, we're going to talk only in Mountain Time. If you live on either of the coasts, you can do the math, damn it.
Figure it out.
We always have to do the math, so screw you guys.
I know. Mountain Time's the best, though. Yeah, so, all right, let's get into it. This is fucking wild, though, because this whole fight card got switched up. Originally, it was supposed to be Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira for a rematch of the lightweight title. Just last week, I think it was, 5 days before the fight. Heard it on a podcast today. Charles Oliveira was finishing up a 5-round sparring session.
Got cut.
Gonna get done with the sparring session, then hop on a plane to Abu Dhabi. In the 5th round, takes a cut to the eyebrow. Severe cut. Dana White said most times they will... a lot of times camps will go to a plastic surgeon and get it stitched up from the inside before they ever call the UFC to let them know about it. But Charles Oliveira kind of did the right thing, and he didn't want to possibly he didn't want to lie and go into the fight and it probably pop open immediately and then just ruin everything. So luckily he did the honorable thing, pulled out of the fight. We saw pictures of the cut. Definitely wasn't lying. It was fucking brutal.
It was open.
Yeah. And actually a guy named Gamrot was he was already scheduled to be the backup, but like I said, towards these end of the year cards, Dana and the UFC really try to put out some bangers. I mean, it's just how they like to end the year. The next couple ones we brought up a couple episodes are another amazing cards, November and December. And because the co-main event was supposed to be Khamzat Chimaev, but his opponent, Paulo Costa, had staph.
Yeah, no, and he got he's having to get surgery.
Well, he had surgery
that bad,
3 weeks ago, and he was hoping he could recover in time.
I think he might have to have another surgery. I thought
maybe so. I don't know, but the doctor
it's like
didn't
in his
clear
shoulder,
him.
Right?
No, his elbow.
Oh, elbow.
Yeah,
okay.
it looked disgusting. I mean, you got to clean your mats. I mean, like what the fuck, people? Just disgusting.
Yeah.
So, in order to instead of just filling these cards last minute with potential contenders or anything like that, he threw together a banger of a card. We have Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. This is a fight for the lightweight heavyweight title. Or not light heavyweight title, but the lightweight title. But more importantly, it's a rematch for pretty much the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Yep. Last time they fought, Volkanovski took a loss, but it was very controversial. A lot of people thought he won. It really could have gone either way. Islam Makhachev had more control time. He had more takedowns, but Volkanovski had a lot more significant strikes, won the last 2 rounds, and was controlling the fight at the very end. But Volkanovski is still the number 2 pound-for-pound ranked fighter. Islam is the number 1. And that is what these guys want more than anything. That pound-for-pound title, that's what means everything to these guys.
Well, and you brought up significant strikes, and in terms of Makhachev, he lands 60.2% of his significant strikes, and the only person behind him is Justin Gaethje at 60.3%.
Yeah.
So we always talk about Justin Gaethje being one of those guys who's just always landing huge shots, and Makhachev is looking like he is better than Gaethje is.
Yeah, it's really surprising how good his boxing is, because he comes from, if we haven't brought it up before, He comes. He's basically he trained with Khabib Nurmagomedov for, I don't know, maybe the last 10, 15 years. They basically treat each other like brothers. Khabib is his coach. The last time they fought, Khabib wasn't in his corner. He had retired beforehand. Khabib came back like a month and a half ago, and Islam came out and said, I'm glad to have Khabib back. My camp's pretty much been still the same, except I'm sweating a lot more. So Khabib's definitely pushing him. And now that Khabib's in his corner, I don't really see him losing. It is in Abu Dhabi. I think the last time they fought, it was in Australia, so it was in Volkanovski's home turf.
Which always helps.
Yeah, so I think this one, I've got Makhachev picked, and it's purely because you got to give credit here to Volkanovski. So Dana White called him with 11 days to the fight. Volkanovski took that fight.
Yeah.
This guy is a complete warrior, gladiator, a fucking brawler. To take that fight on 11 days' notice, and I just saw news here. Here is the biggest news that really should come out of this. They're going to fight at 155. Volkanovski says when he got that call, he was weighing in, I think, 181. I think is what it was. So he has to lose 26 pounds in 11 days, in a week and a half.
I mean, dude, I've seen those guys. We've watched, I'm sure you've probably watched some of them too, but like the Ultimate Fighters when those guys were doing like fucking trying to cut weight. There's that one where fucking Chuck Liddell was the coach, and that dude was supposed to drop like 13 pounds in like a day or something like that. It's just like they're on the brink of death.
Oh, they are, man. And, Volkanovski's a vet. I'm sure he'll be able to do it. They're going to be weighing in, I think, just here in a couple days. But that, to me, is the big kicker. And, I mean, I can't even rule that out because Volkanovski is a guy that he has reigned supreme at his featherweight title. But cutting weight and on a short camp, I mean, I'm sure he's been training, but he's not in a fight camp, so it's totally different.
And you're fighting like a completely different body, basically. To lose 20 pounds, you're not the same human.
But in his defense, Islam has been preparing for Oliveira this whole time. So now, you've got a certain sparring partner that should be replicating Oliveira's style. Now your whole method and your strategy's changed. So, I mean, the whole card's been flipped upside down. But because of that weight cut and the short fight notice, unfortunately, I think that takes away from some of the value and integrity of what this rematch could have entailed. And so because of that, I think Islam will probably win.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're also looking at the fact that Makhachev right now has the longest active streak in UFC with 12 straight wins.
Yeah.
And then he has 11 fight win streak in just lightweight. So he's coming in already just on the up and up. But like you said, man, you don't really think about that too often, these guys that accept these fights on short notice. The other guy has been training this entire time for somebody entirely different.
Yeah.
So now in 11 days, he's now had to be like, oh shit, I have to train or stop everything I've been doing to try and attack this guy.
Yep.
And now go and fight this guy and do something entirely different. So you don't really think about that too much, but I do agree. I do think that Makhachev is gonna win this one.
I don't think it's gonna be easy.
No, I don't think so either. But I just think the weight cutting, dude, that's just a lot to do in 11 days.
26 pounds in 11 days. Most time these guys get around about a month and a half to try to cut that. So this is gonna be short.
Am I right in this though? If Volkanovski wins, he will now have 2 belts, correct?
That is where I don't really like this because they've already announced that Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria, who's the number 1 ring contender in the featherweight division, will probably fight for the interim title. What the fuck happened to the days where a guy can just hold 2 belts? I don't understand this.
Well, I thought... Didn't Conor hold 2 belts at one point?
Yes, and
Wasn't
Amanda
that
Nunes
2 years ago, and Amanda Nunes this year?
Conor, that was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh shit, you're right. That was a while ago.
But
it's wow, he hasn't fought in so long.
When I saw that news of Max and Ilya, I did not understand it at all. I mean, I'm looking at the promo thing here, and Volkanovski's holding a belt.
Yeah.
To me, like Yeah, he should be able to go up there and hold 2 belts. Like
Why not? You just kicked that dude's ass on 11 days notice, dude. Like, you should get a belt. You should get a belt. You should get a BMF belt for that.
Baddest motherfucker. He really should, dude. He's a bad fucking dude, man.
Well, let's move on to. We could talk about that one for a while because I just think there's just so many variables involved now with it just changing the way that it did. Let's get into Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat Chimaev. Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah. So,
these are wild names.
Yep, it is pretty wild. Khamzat was supposed to fight Paulo Costa, like I said. He got that staph infection, and instead of bringing up somebody else that was the number 1 contender or just another contender, they brought in a complete world beater in Kamaru Usman, who is moving from the welterweight up to middleweight. And that is huge because Usman used to cut an enormous amount of weight to make 170, and now he's going up to fight 185. And to me, I think that's huge because this is a guy that used to cut an enormous amount of weight. Now he can be a little healthier. He can maybe not take as much muscle off, not dehydrate himself so much. But, oh man, I think I saved this. This is fucking insane. So Kamaru Usman's takedown defense. Let's see, please, did I bring it up? I should have had this ready.
Usman has defended 97.3% of all opponent takedown attempts in UFC competition.
Well done, man. Yeah, 97%.
That's wild, man.
Minimum 20 takedown attempts. But then
literally nobody's taking you down.
Yeah.
But on the opposite end.
Well, he's only been taken down once, and it was Leon Edwards took him down.
Yeah, before he kicked him in the head.
Yep. And then Khamzat has never been taken down. So this is seriously some of the best wrestling going at it. 2 immovable forces having to come and like which one's going to give. And that's what I'm excited about. I hope it becomes a wrestling match. And Kamaru Usman's a huge underdog here at 285.
Well, I can see why Chimaev am I saying it right?
I believe
Khamzat
it's
Chimaev.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
He's earned 11 of his 12 career victories by stoppage and has finished 8 of those wins in round 1.
He's a fucking psycho, man.
Yeah, he's absorbed just 1 significant strike in his opening 4 UFC appearances.
These are like blood sport stats, man. Seriously.
He's been hit hard once.
This is why this guy's taking the sport by storm, is because he came through here and just plowed through the competition. I mean, he fought Sean Strickland and just completely dismantled him. Yeah. Now Sean Strickland holds the title. He did the same. Khamzat fought Kevin Holland on short notice and made him look like mincemeat. I mean, and you look at Kamaru Usman, who's one of the best welterweights of all time, now moving up in a weight class. A lot of people are calling this like they're so glad that the card got changed around to this. Now they're like, oh, thank God, this is way better than we could have imagined.
And we're talking about Volkanovski taking this on 11 days. Khamzat, 2 UFC victories in a 10-day span in July 2020 marks the fastest stretch in company history. Khamzat's 3 UFC victories in a 66-day span from July 20th to September 20th marks the fastest stretch in company history.
Yeah.
He's been
hard.
He's been awarded a fight night bonus in 5 of his 6 UFC appearances. Yep. So not only is he beating you, he's beating you in a fashion that gets him a bonus. So.
This is why I call him a psycho, because after one of those finishes, he came through, and after the fight was interviewed, he just yelled, "I kill everybody!
I'll kill everybody?
I kill everybody!" That's what he yelled, man. You have to look it up, dude.
God.
It's fucking nuts. Like he's a guy he trains nonstop. He eats, sleeps, and breathes MMA. And because of Kamaru Usman's age, because of his knees, I think Khamzat just plows through him. And it's going to be sad to see, because me and Josh, who, is our driver, is a big MMA fan. We've said it both. We're both Usman fans. Usman trains out of Colorado with Trevor Whitman. I hope I see Usman win, but, dude, I am afraid for his life.
The only thing that sucks, too, dude, after that last fight, when he just gets lights out kicked in the face by Leon Edwards, to now have to go to this fight to be your next one, like, it just is almost setting you up for the end of your career.
And, hats off to him for even taking this fight, I mean, that's pretty fucking awesome to do, but yeah, like, to go from that head kick to this. But if he could bounce back, and I mean, the hype around Khamzat right now it's insane. So if he could kind of slow that hype train down and get back in the winning column, it'll be big for Usman, especially going up to middleweight, where Dana White's already said because of these two guys taking these fights on short notice, whoever wins gets the shot at the title to Sean Strickland. So
it's kind of like we were talking about with Oliveira. Like eventually, you just have to move up in order to be able to. Or am I thinking about Oliveira or
who?
Or no, I'm thinking of. God damn it! Who just moved up after they lost? They went up to a weight. God damn it! It's not Oliveira. It's he's Brazilian and his name's hard to say.
There's so many.
I know. I just like they're Brazilian. Like you need 75% of them. 75% of them. You just narrowed it down to 75%.
What's his name? Jose.
No, it's Pereira.
Oh yeah,
Pereira went
good
up.
one. Yep,
that's who I'm thinking of. Oliveira, not Pereira. Sounds the fucking same. God damn it.
Yep.
But Pereira went up, and now we're like, oh shit, this is where he's supposed to be. So maybe Usman has that effect in this one, moving up in class. But yeah, we'll see. I just feel like you're setting yourself up for failure after that head kick to go into this fight and expect to win. But. Let's move into. You want to do what's fight? You want to do next?
I'm going to roll through the main card and most of the other prelims. I don't really know the guys, so
let's do the main card.
Yeah, dude. Well, there's a couple of the prelims that I can just mention, but so going down the line, Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker is a guy that's had a lot of
red or
highlights. Red, like the whiskey. Yeah,
label,
Johnny
label.
Walker, Evan Williams, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last time Ankalaev fought, he was in that draw versus Jan Blachowicz. It's a very anticlimactic fight, so he needs a good bounce-back win. He's the number 2 ranked contender. Johnny Walker, if nobody remembers, it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, he won a fight in dramatic fashion, then separated his shoulder doing the warm after the fight.
I forgot about that.
Yep,
He hurt himself celebrating. And
guy
missed a fight, too, I think, or something.
Full of ego. So if he's able to check his ego at the door. But Ankalaev is one hell of a kickboxer. So, this is definitely more favored in Ankalaev's in his favor. So I could definitely see Magomed taking this one.
Magomed's looking at. He's sitting at 18-1-1 in MMA, 9-1-1 in UFC. He's got a 10-fight unbeaten streak at light heavyweight, second longest in the division behind Mr. John Bones Jones.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ankalaev is the only lightweight heavyweight in UFC history to earn multiple knockout victories stemming from kicks. So he's gonna be kicking that head. So we'll see. Yeah, Johnny Walker. I totally forgot about the fact that he hurt himself doing the
fucking worm, man. Like, what a fucking idiot.
But he has earned 19 of his 21 career victories by stoppage, so he is looking to knock you out.
Very exciting fighter.
He's finished 6 of his 7 UFC wins by first round knockout, and he's one of 10 fighters in UFC history to earn a knockout stemming from a spinning back fist. The old you didn't see it coming till it knocked you out and you woke up. But yeah, this one should be a good fight. I do remember when he was like Johnny Walker at one point was supposed to be like a big contender in the light heavyweight, and then after doing the worm, man, he fell off.
He had a series of losses too because he went up against some good competition, but. I think this is a good matchup for him here. He's a really talented guy. I think he just really needs to get his head in the right spot and maybe get the right coach behind him. I think is really a big case there.
It does seem like he needs a little bit of direction.
Yeah, the next fight, I don't know these guys. Ikram, I know I've seen this guy fight. His name's Ikram Aliskerov, I believe. It's these Russian names. It's so hard. Versus Worley Alves. Don't know these guys, so can't really say much on them. But the next fight, the one to kick off the main card, I believe it's Khabib Nurmagomedov's brother, Said Nurmagomedov, versus a guy that I've never heard of before, Mean Gafurov. But
we don't know.
Yeah,
we are clearly Americans.
Yeah,
we cannot pronounce these names.
But the big thing here is it's Khabib's relation, and anytime these guys are fighting out of Dagestan, I put my money on them.
Yeah.
I rarely bet against Dagestan. If you do a DraftKings lineup where it's the same thing as football or basketball, you just select the fighters. Whoever does the best, accrues the most points, wins. I would select almost all of these Dagestani fighters.
Yeah, these guys, they just are a different breed of fighters, and it's wild to see them just dismantle people who are like have no shot. It feels like to these guys.
It's religion and fighting. That's all they have, man. They
Are you talking about Sharabutin Magomedov? Is that his brother?
No.
Oh no.
Its name's Sad. It looks like
his name is literally Sad.
No, you're looking at the very bottom on the prelims. Shara Magomedov.
Saeed.
But he's fighting Bruno Silva.
Nurmagomedov.
I have seen Bruno Silva fight. But based on the prelims, you got Nathaniel Wood fighting out of England. He's a good fighter. And then Mike Breeden, he's another good one out of the United States. I think he may be, there's only like 3 or 4 United States fighters out of this. And then the other prelim fight, this guy's really good, Muhammad Magomedov. I think that's how you say his name. Where's it at?
No, Muhammad Naimov versus Nathaniel Wood.
No,
or Muhammad Makayev.
Yeah,
versus Tim Elliott.
Yeah, Makayev. That guy's a killer. That guy's really fucking good against.
Is he
gonna
kill everybody?
Yeah, not like Hamzat. But yeah, I mean, obviously with this fight card in Abu Dhabi, they're using a lot of the guys on the roster that are from Russia, that are from the United Emirates. So that's why we're not as familiar with some of these guys. But there are a lot of good fighters on there. A lot of the Dagestani fighters, like I said, are just absolute killers. And that guy that I just mentioned, really pay attention to him, Makayev. This guy has had a lot of good finishes. Definitely worth checking out. I think he's probably gonna finish Tim Elliott pretty soon.
Okay, so let's run down it right now. We'll do main events. If you're betting man, here's my bets. I'm gonna go Islam Makhachev to win decision. I think it's gonna go the distance.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Khamzat to win by knockout.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go Magomed. I'm gonna say also TKO over Johnny Walker. That's what I'm gonna pick. We'll just do the top 3. Yeah. The main fights.
I'm cool with that.
What do you got?
I'm gonna do Islam, but I'm gonna do submission.
Ooh.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often. No one is ever able to submit Volkanovski because he doesn't have a chin. He doesn't have a neck. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, I live that life. I have no neck. But so you're saying, bet heavy on the submission.
Yeah,
which
that's
probably gonna have some pretty good odds.
Yeah, pretty good odds because it's just not. Volkanovski never gets submitted. I mean, Brian Ortega almost had him in a guillotine. His head turned purple and about popped off, but Volkanovski
about popped his head.
And the other thing, when you said the distance, Volkanovski said after taking this fight, he said, "Going the distance, I haven't really been training, so I don't really see it going the distance. So I need to finish him fast." So I thought that was pretty intriguing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He is coming off of no actual training.
Yeah, so I think he's going to really try to finish this fast. And on the other side of that, I bet Islam's going to try to drag him into deep waters and try to tire him out. So a lot of people will probably criticize Islam for making it a boring fight, but yeah, we'll check it out. And then Hamzat, I think he's going to plow through Kamaru. I think that'll be a TKO. I think we'll get him on the ground and pound him, and it'll be a TKO. And then I agree with you. I think Ankalaev will knock out Johnny Walker.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're both thinking the same thing. I'll tell you this much, dude. If you're just looking to make some quick money, wherever it's closest to the necessarily like home field, bet them.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, seriously.
You will. I guarantee you will win some money if you just bet the closest to wherever it is.
If you want to do a parlay. Do these guys that are from Russia, that are from United Emirates, and then maybe throw in like an underdog with somebody else. Like, let's see, to go through here. Yeah, I don't know. Pick it, but that's what I've seen when they do UFC fight nights in London, Brazil, or something. All the London dudes, hit all of the home field fighters.
Was it France? France last time was the big one that was out of the States.
Yep, they won.
That was the last one I made money, dude. Yep. All the French dudes won.
Yep, that's the way it goes. you know, with football and stuff like that and basketball, like you obviously want to show out for your home field, but like it's different when it's a fight. Like it's gladiator type level. I mean, you really want to win for that home crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so should be a good one. Just a reminder, it is this Saturday. The main card kicks off at noon Mountain Time.
Tune in.
Check it out. It is pay-per-view.
Yes.
Pay-per-view. So,
but yeah, however means you watch it, if you are watching it, man, tell us how wrong we are. Tell us how right we are. Get at us live because, you know, we will be watching it. That's going to do it for this special edition of the Fringe Fanatics UFC 294 breakdown. Or deep dive, whatever you want to call it. We got into it.
Yeah.
You know that much.
That's right. Our expertise.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What expertise we have. Oh, my God. I hit the wrong damn thing again.
Keep
I
hitting
need
John
to
Daly.
shoot. Fucking son of a bitch.
It's awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next week, and we will be recapping this pay-per-view.
Yes, we will. We'll let you know how we did, how you did, if you get at us, and then you'll be able to know how wrong or right we are, because it's unfortunately we have no say in the outcomes.
That's true. All right.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was the UFC 294 breakdown, special edition Fringe Fanatics. We will see you next week.
Farewell.
Thanks for tuning in.
listeners.
Toodles.
All right.